for the hardest-hitting show in talk radio. The true progressive voice since 2012. This is Southpaws.
And welcome to Southpaws on the Pacifica Radio Network. We are the leaders of the revolution. My name is Darren Gibson, and I'm your co-host.
And my name is Jack Prince, your fellow co-host.
Jack, how are you today?
Hey, great.
Oh, boy, we've got quite a bit to talk about today. Well, when don't we? I guess that's the question. Yeah,
we have to edit it out. We have to take the top plays.
Exactly. Well, before we get into our topics for today, we have a couple of reminders that you can follow us on social media by going to facebook.com/Southpaws Radio Show. You can follow us on Twitter at Southpaws Radio, and you can become a patron of the show by going to patreon.com/Southpaws Radio. And we could use your help there. Help pay some of the bills, including we want to update our Spreaker account so that we can add more episodes on. Right now, we're only limited to about 5 hours of content. We'd like to up that to about 500 hours of content. So, again, patreon.com/Southpaws Radio. You can listen to the show on iTunes. Just do a search for Southpaws in the iTunes store under podcast. You can also find us at Spreaker.com. Do a search there for Southpaws. You've got all sorts of ways. And when we post to Spreaker, it automatically sends links to our Twitter account and to our YouTube. So you can do a search on YouTube for us as well.
Right.
So,
yeah, I got some good feedback this week I have to share with you, Darren.
Yeah.
A listener let me know how much he enjoyed our litmus test for progressives last week with you are not a progressive, Maury Povich
the Maury
style.
Povich style, yes.
You got a big kick out of that.
Well, that's good. I'm glad. And we're going to have a little more of that today.
Oh, every time.
Oh, man. Well, I guess we want to start. I want to kick Donald Trump a little bit. Well, more than a little bit. Why? Well, number one, he deserves it. But here is the big one. Donald Trump last weekend spoke at a rally in Wisconsin. I couldn't believe that. Have you heard this, Jack?
Yeah, I saw it. Yep.
I couldn't believe that this was something that I can't. Unbelievable
It's way
stuff
over the
here.
top.
Well, he was talking about abortion, and apparently that's going to be something that Trump's going to go after in 2020, and apparently a lot of states are doing that. Texas now has legislation going through. I believe Mississippi has a bill going through that says that the only time that there can be an abortion is to save the life of the mother. Any other use of abortion is going to be 10 years in prison. I'm not making this up, folks. This is the stuff that we're hearing. Well, we've got this clip. Again, this is Donald Trump in Wisconsin. Here's what he had to say.
The baby is born. The mother meets with the doctor. They take care of the baby. They wrap the baby beautifully. And then the doctor and the mother determine whether or not they will execute the baby. I don't think so. Incredible. No, it's incredible.
No, what's incredible is that Trump lies about this, and his followers are gullible enough to believe this. I'm sorry, if you're a Donald Trump supporter and you believe what he just said, you are a rube. You are a moron. You are an imbecile. I'll tell you this, and I used to be against litmus tests for voting, but not anymore. There's too much stupidity out in the world. There needs to be a test before you're allowed to have a voter registration card. Sorry, my opinion. Because of garbage like this, it's stupid. Oh, the doctors, they're going to take the baby, and the mom and the doctor are going to decide to execute the baby.
is that
No.
more ridiculous than saying that Democrats secretly are lizard people? Yeah. No, they have masks on, or they're vampires. Is it any cornier that you're going to make a decision to terminate? To what was his word? To destroy
to kill the baby.
To kill the baby, and you might as well shoveled pure red hamburger out to the crowd. How ridiculous! But that's not much worse than the foot that he had in his mouth when he claimed this week. Okay, I believe it was May 2nd, that God helped him, as in Donald J. Trump, get through the witch hunt investigations.
Jeez.
President Trump said Thursday that thinking about God helped him get through special counsel Robert Mueller's Russia probe and other investigations he refers as witch hunt. We have a recording of plopping cow manure.
Yeah.
You don't even need it now. You can hear it while he's saying this. How do you get through this stuff? People ask him. And he quickly turned to Mike Pence and he says, well, we just do it, right? We think about God. So Donald Trump was thinking about God to get him through the investigation. I just heard Barr excoriated, just stripped naked of the absolute filthy, cheating affront to democracy. I didn't hear anywhere he was down on his knees trying to change public opinion with God. Let's call it collusion. Let's call it a mouthpiece for Trump. Let's call it what it is, absolute corruption. And he dare put God on top of it. I don't believe in God, okay? But he dare put God on top of that pile of manure? Are you kidding me?
Let me ask you this question. Was he thinking about God when he said, I moved on her like a bitch? Was he thinking about God when he said, grab him by the you-know-what? Was he thinking about God with that? Was he thinking about God when he decided to skip the White House Correspondents' dinner last weekend? Well,
he caught his lunch for that. He caught his dinner for not going to dinner.
Yes, he did. We have clips from Samantha Bee's Not the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Here's this runs about 4.5 minutes. This is the roast of Donald Trump. You need to take a good listen to this, folks.
Donald, I'm going to roast you as if you were here tonight. You know, I've thought long and hard about what I would say if I were ever in the same room with you. I mean, what I'd say after, hey, let go, I'm not a bowling ball. It's funny because he's a sexual assaulter. There are so many things you could say about the president, that he's vicious, vindictive, stupid, unattractive, unloved, and will die alone. But what can we say that Melania hasn't already said? So tonight, I really want to focus on what a fucking coward he is. Imagine being the most powerful man in the world, and you can't listen to a comedian razz you for 5 minutes. Barack Obama did it. George W. Bush did it. You know who else has been roasted? Justin fucking Bieber. Justin Bieber is braver than you, and he is a man who once let a monkey go to jail for him. And I know technically you had a Comedy Central roast too, but that was Apprentice Donald Trump, not President Donald Trump. That's like roasting Hitler for his use of watercolors. Here are some people who are braver than you. Christine Blasey Ford. 23 women who said that you sexually assaulted or harassed them. The undocumented immigrants who worked at Mar-a-Lago and spoke out about you. Trump does have a sweet side. Did you see him talking to a group of children this week? He advised the kids not to do drugs, while the kids asked, "What are you doing in our dressing room, sir?" The Mueller report finally came out last week. Of course, there's still a lot we don't know. I don't want to say that the Mueller report was excessively redacted, but there was so much black on it, Trump demanded to see its birth certificate. There was so much black ink, the Virginia governor is dressing up as it for Halloween. It was so black, Trump thinks it should get the death penalty for a crime it definitely didn't commit. According to the report, Trump tried to get multiple staffers to thwart the investigation, but no one would take the bait. You know what they call it when you try to commit a crime, but you're too dumb? A Don Jr. Also, still a crime. Robert Mueller refused to say whether Trump had committed obstruction. It's kind of weird that he is taking that as a win. It's like if you went to a restaurant and the waiter said, I don't have evidence that the cook dipped his balls in your chopped salad, but I also don't have evidence that he didn't. You would not eat that salad. I hope you enjoyed your salads, everybody. We also know that Sarah Huckabee Sanders admitted she lied to the press, calling it a slip of the tongue in the heat of the moment. Lying isn't a slip of the tongue. A slip of the tongue is how Donald Trump greets women he's never met. Now, look, I know I have to tread lightly with Sarah Huckabee Sanders. I could say Sarah Huckabee Sanders has admitted to lying through her teeth, and the story tomorrow would be that I insulted her teeth, but I would never. Sarah Huckabee Sanders' looks are the best thing about her. She has shiny hair and pretty eyes and a lovely complexion. But on the inside, hideous as a pinworm in an anus. On the inside, that woman is 90% taint. And I mean that medically. I talked to my taint doctor. She said it's very serious. I don't even know how she breathes. Just head to toe taint meat. Anyway, she's beautiful.
Ha ha ha. You got me, bitch.
Trump is a classic bully. So he loves to push people around, but he's too insecure to handle even the slightest ridicule. So on the off chance he's watching our show tonight because Tucker Carlson ran out of racism or something, I'd like to put him at ease. Hey there, champ. I know you're scared of being the butt of a joke, but we can try to fix that. I'll tell you what, the next time you're feeling a little weak in the knees and aren't sure how to face something scary, maybe you can go down to the holding facility in Brownsville and ask a preschooler you've stolen from his parents for some pointers. You'll be able to face big bullies like me in no time.
Youch.
Youch. But you know what? I think it's prescient and it's
beautiful.
Accurate. Yeah. If
It's
I was
absolutely
still teaching
accurate.
a journalism class, that's what I would have played this morning. No, you're going to get more kernels of truth there.
Yep. Oh, you absolutely will. Oh, my gosh. So the robot was Sarah Huckabee Sanders, I think is what they called her. I've got another clip here. This runs about a minute from the Not the White House Correspondents' Dinner. And again, this audio that we're playing is courtesy of Superstation TBS.
For a somber note, I'd like to pay tribute to one of journalism's great losses this year, the White House press briefing. It's been 47 days since the last briefing, which raises a very serious question. What the f*** does Sarah Huckabee Sanders do all day? Does she just lie into a mirror? Or I don't even know.
Unacceptable. That was about my appearance. How dare you? How dare you?
Okay. I'm so sorry, everyone. I forgot to introduce our special humor advisor, Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
Greetings, y'all.
She's a robot that lets us know when it's okay to make a joke, just like the real Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
The Democrats are the real robots.
Okay, I can't seem to shut her off. Okay.
Jeffrey Epstein did nothing wrong.
This was a terrible mistake. We will be right back.
Jeffrey Epstein did nothing wrong. Oh, you gotta love Samantha Bee.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, this is what we have now in the White House is an orange-skinned liar. Every time he opens his mouth, a lie tumbles out of it.
What did Senator Hirono, I believe is her name,
we've got this.
Call Trump
a
grifter.
Oh my gosh. We've got audio of this. So
get your kick Trump boots on, ladies and gentlemen.
Since we've been talking about the Mueller report, and they've mentioned the Mueller report and Attorney General Bill Barr during the White House Correspondents' Dinner, we have this. Wednesday, William Barr, the Attorney General, appeared in front of the U.S. Senate, in front of a committee, and it got really, really ugly for him really, really quick. Senator Mazie Hirono, Democrat of